Campbell turns the corner nicely. Nichols put out to Campbell. Campbell for three from the corner, knocks it down. Johde Campbell, 17 points. This is probably a very, very fair reflection as Johde Campbell's going to make it 20 points with back-to-back three.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Giants fans. Here with your pre-game show with a special guest, myself, as always, Mr. Jordan Frost. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good man. How are you?
I'm very well, mate. I'm very well. I'm excited for this one. As always, if you see it on YouTube, if you see the title, or you just clicked on us to listen to it, you'll already seen our special guest, Sheffield Sharks' own Johde Campbell. Introduce yourself, man. How are you doing?
I'm Johde. How you doing? I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, not a problem, man. Thank you very much for coming on. And it's a nice little privilege for us to get a little information off of, obviously what we do. We interview our players, we get the fans' perspective, and when we do our pre-game shows. But it's nice to have the opposition on the show. So nice one for coming on, man. Excuse me. So we're just going to talk about the last game and going ahead into Friday's game against you guys. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself. Let the people know where you're from, where you've played, and everything about yourself, man.
All right, so I'm Johde Campbell. I'm 22. I'm originally from Leicester. I played for a lot of clubs growing up. Main club was Leicester Dynamite. Grew up playing juniors, played for Dynamite. Went to Charnwood Academy for college. After that, I did 3 years. I went to America for 2 years. I was in Missouri State playing junior college. Came back, done about a quarter of the season at Cheshire Phoenix, then left from there, went to play for Derby Division 1. Had a really good season there, and then here I am, Sheffield Sharks.
Yeah. What was it like, the jump? Because obviously you've always been sort of quite a bit of a standout player in the levels going up. What was the jump like? How did it happen? Did you get a call from an American, college, or how did that come about?
Is that when I went to America?
Yeah.
So I had a pretty good season whilst I was at Charnwood. I couldn't tell you numbers, but they were pretty good.
Yeah.
And then end of college.
You don't say so yourself.
If I do say so myself, yeah. My numbers were up there. Some of the bad numbers. But I got a text from a coach just asking how things were and this, that, other. I had a couple of calls and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't actually sign until like 2 days before school started. So I didn't even go out and visit or anything. I just kind of just said, just sort of jump, just start fresh. Didn't know anyone. I just thought, why not go for it? Bit of a change. So just went for it. Just ended up out there by myself.
That's sometimes the best way to do that, isn't it? Just drop it in the deep end, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you already knew you could play at Charnwood level. 9 times out of 10, if you're playing, Charnwood, you're going to end up at least D1. You know what I mean? At the very least D1. So you knew you wasn't going to go any further down. So you might as well just take that jump, hadn't you? And fair play. I mean, how did it go out there for you?
I know. And again, another 2 solid years. Yeah. Numbers were good, minutes were good, teammates were good, coach was good. Just the whole experience was something I'd definitely do again if I had the chance to. I'll definitely take it again.
Yeah.
Fair, man, fair. So you went from, did you go from Derby to Sheffield, did you say then?
Well, I went from Derby. Obviously, the Derby season was cut short because of Corona.
Yeah.
Should have finished out. And then had a little isolation time. And then I got a call from coach. Went up to Sheffield, had a couple of, open runs, couple sessions and stuff. And I got picked up from there.
Fair, man, fair. And obviously you've had BBL experience with the last quarter of the season a couple of years ago with Cheshire.
Yeah.
You've played at that high level in America. You've played at that, Charnwood, which as we know, is a fantastic scheme and program. Who would you say is the worst opponent, or the toughest opponent to play in the BBL?
Probably Leicester.
Leicester.
It would have to be Leicester. Yeah,
that's a
you know,
common
they're
one.
always a stacked team, aren't they? Like they're all like they've got scores from every position.
Yeah.
Right.
Was you at Cheshire when PJC was there?
Yeah.
What was that
PJC
like? Because
was
he's a fantastic player.
Yeah, he was really good. You know, I'm not gonna lie, practice was a struggle.
Yeah.
Trying to guard him.
Yeah, because obviously you're the same position, really, weren't you? You're the same position, and you're just like this guy. Because he was on I forgot what the program's called, but he was on a program one a while ago where basically they had him as making it. You know, he went to. Did he go to Arizona? I think he went to
Arizona State. Yeah. That little Netflix show.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. And all of a sudden he just ends up in Ellesmere Port, man. It's the weirdest thing ever. That's like the maddest thing ever, man.
Yeah, I remember going watching him either at Ellesmere Port or at home, and as soon as I saw PJC, I was like, "Oh right, okay, this guy looks decent." And he just dropped 28 on your head. I was like, "Oh, okay, this guy's all right, isn't he?" Yeah.
The worst bit about him was on that show, on the Netflix show, he's an absolute crybaby. Like every time, like he got hurt, so he was strict to his dad. So I'm thinking, oh, he's going to get brushed aside here because it was when we had like Willie Clayton out, like he was going to be strong, and he absolutely tore us apart. Man, I was just like, right, all right, yeah. Someone's been practicing MMA or something.
I've got this horrible memory of him hitting a three in front of the bench. I was giving him a bit of shit from the crowd.
Standard.
Huge standard practice. And he hit a three, and I can't remember exactly what I said. It might not be PG enough to go in the show anyway, but he hit a three like right on the wing, and just turned and looked like towards the bench. But you know, when you're looking at someone, you think he's looking through the bench right at me there, and I'm like, gotta keep my mouth shut for the next couple of seconds.
Just don't say anything else. Yeah.
A bit of backstory though, Johde. More than once, Jake's nearly been chucked out of a game off referees, mate. So, so that's not uncommon for a player to turn to him.
You paint me as a bad light here, mate. I'm a dream of a fan.
Like he sits like right behind. Yeah. He sits like right behind where our players' bench is. So it's like an extension of that. So like the amount of times refs have turned around to tee the bench up, you just see Jake there with his mullet going nuts. Like, what is that?
Oh man! If there's any stories about me that come up like that, I'm like, I just want to get to a game.
Yeah.
I want to, but because it's been pent up for nearly 2 seasons now, I'm like, it's all going to come out in one game, and I just feel sorry for the refs and the opposing team, even our own players, because I'm just going to be going nuts, you know. So let's dive into the last game. Let's brush over the score. 90-76, but I think from your perspective, Johde, Helmsley came out 26 points, Lillard came out 18, Coutinho came out on 20 points. I mean, I think you had our number in that game by a long shot. What were your thoughts on the game, like taking the win from obviously an away perspective, but that was both of our weekends with a double header, wasn't it? So I think you and us both played Friday, and then we played each other on the Sunday. What were your thoughts on the win? Is anything that you would change from a Sheffield perspective, or what kind of weaknesses did you see in us?
Honestly, that was probably the best game we'd played all season, coming up to that game. Like the way we was moving the ball and passing the ball and stuff. Like we hadn't done that before any games. So, it was kind of... I think that was the weekend we just came off beating Newcastle as well.
Yeah,
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah, so we just came off beating Newcastle. So obviously everyone was feeling good anyway, with it being a top team and stuff, going into Manchester. But yeah, I mean, I think it was definitely a needed win too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't say anything about you guys that was like super weak.
You hit us at a really weird transition period, I think, as well. Like, we're just losing players and things. But it was really strange. I mean, obviously taking nothing away from the win, because I've said this all season. Sheffield are a sleeping giant, mate. You've got you've got everything you need to turn to. You've got experience, you've got youth, you've got quality, players who'll hit shots, all day long for you. And you've got a height which is massive. And I think a massive advantage for you is one of your big guys is Mike Tuck, because you look at him at his age, and he's like a bit of a silver surfer now with his hair and everything. But it's just like he's so strong. He knows every trick, and he talks the game through. Like when you listen to him when he's mic'd up, or even when he's not, because on the BBL Player we pick up a lot now, and you can literally just hear his voice. Yeah. And it must be like a massive thing because he's stood at the back with the big guys marking, and he's seeing the whole game, from where it is. So it must be a massive advantage.
Yeah, even in practice, like even if I mess up or something, like he's the first one there to tell me I should have done this, could have done that, and obviously it helps a lot. And that's the same with Jeremy as well. Jeremy's quite quiet on and off the court, but he's never afraid to step up and help guys out or anything like that. And, I think that's a lot of our team as well, especially Antoine and Kip.
Yeah.
Like everyone can really communicate well and help each other out, and I think that's played a massive part with us getting better throughout the season.
Yeah.
Because, at the beginning, everyone was kind of quiet. Not quiet, but
people
were still getting comfortable with each other and stuff,
Yeah. You had a bit of a weird start, didn't you? And you guys was, if I remember rightly, you was the first Sky game, wasn't you? Up at Newcastle. I remember watching it, and unfortunately, you just hit when Jimbo Lull just tipped up, and he just came in and just beasted it. And I thought to myself, it's a bit of a strange. No one seemed to be able to mark him, and Cheshire still wasn't the finished article. I don't think they had Cameron Ross at the time either. So it was a really sort of strange game. But at first, I thought to myself, this is a bit shaky for Sheffield. But now I literally go into most games thinking you can beat anyone. I really do.
Yeah, so it just depends who if we're focused in. That's all it is. Sometimes we have a lot of lapses.
Yeah.
Offensively, we're a really good team, but defensively, we have a lot of defensive lapses.
Yeah.
Whether guys just aren't on the same page or what. I think our main problem is communication on the defensive end for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's the first thing.
Go on, sorry, Jake.
Oh, sorry, mate. I think that's the first the first step towards obviously a good defense is communication, but it's amazing from any kind of league or standard all the way up to the BBL, you will constantly see coaches from every single team saying talk to each other, because obviously the guy at the back we spoke before about Mike Tuck being at the back and seeing everything, you need to talk to each other just to look like. Obviously, we hear a lot of screen come in or by yourself or anything like that. But what you don't seem to do sometimes is let each other know when you're switching, which by any admission is hard when you've got guys running an absolute full pelt at you, wanting to dunk on your head. It's a different story kind of thing. You do panic a little bit, but that is the main demise, let's say, in a lot of BBL teams on defense, because you need to talk to each other in that sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What were you saying then? Sorry, Jordan.
No, I've actually forgot. You know what my hair's like. But, it'll come back to me. That's all right.
No worries, man. So we've just touched on him then. The OG, the big fella himself, Mike Tuck. Forgive me for asking you, how old is that guy to get? Is he 36 or somewhere around there?
37, I think.
37.
How tall is he? Because was it you, Jake, who said he's 7 foot to me? And I said he's definitely.
I think I said he was 6'10", 6'11". Yeah.
I don't think.
No, he's like 6'7", 6'8".
Boom! I knew. Him and Ulf this weekend's going down. I'm telling you, mate.
Yeah.
Him and Ulf this weekend. Dog on dog, that mate.
About 6'8".
Do you know what, though? The one thing I do notice about him, whatever height he ever loses against his marker is made up by just boxing out, just fundamentals, boxing out, pushing.
Yeah, just the small stuff.
He likes that, and it's probably round the cusp of a foul. But when he sees the shots about to go up, the little
strong shoulder forearm,
because he knows the refs are all like that watching the ball. So literally, he's just like, get out of the way,
yeah, he is super strong.
Yeah.
I remember whenever we played Sheffield in the past 2 or 3 seasons, when my parents have been attending the games as well. Like after the game, we meet up because they sit on the opposite side of the stadium from me because they can't be bothered to listen to me screaming and shouting for the game. At the end of the game, you'll hear nothing but my mum going, "Number 15, he's always fouling." I was like, "Yeah, but that's just veteran moves. Yeah, that's just veteran moves. Don't worry about him. He'll get away with that."
No, you just know that'll get away with it. But again, it's just old school moves and
Yeah.
OG moves, and it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, man. So you say you're only, I say, it feels really weird saying that. You're 22. Me and Jordan are sat here at 28, just watching the games and like pretending that we're still involved.
I'm back next season. I'm back next season. I'm telling you now.
When obviously Jordan's been talking to me about, like, he's been speaking to you to arrange this interview and that. What's your projection like off season? I know obviously I don't want to go too much into details with BBL teams or anything like that. But what's your plan in the off season? Are you going to get stronger? Are you going to get in the gym? Are you going to go out and do scrimmages? Like, what's your kind of plan in the off season?
We've got some pickups sorted already, man.
Yeah. Hopefully get a couple pickup games in. I mean,
well,
of course, off season. Nah, never that. But yeah, off season. I mean, my off season is usually the same every year. So usually, go to the gym, just work on my body, not necessarily getting stronger, but just kind of staying in shape.
Yeah.
Like not necessarily lifting heavy weights or anything like that, just making sure my body's all right.
Yeah.
But obviously me being from Leicester, I like to go to the arena a lot where Leicester Riders play.
Yeah.
Quite close to the staff there, so I know I can get the gun out and stuff like that. I kind of just go down whenever I really feel like it.
Yeah,
that's good.
So, go to the gym, get on the court. I mean, scrimmages is definitely a big part of the off season. Just to, like, work on stuff that you try and work on in the gym. Just try and get yourself ready. Be as more game like as possible. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely skill stuff.
Yeah. In your camp, who would you say is not necessarily the guy you're closest with, but who's the guy that kind of like takes you under your wing and goes right and just kind of shows you where you can improve and things like that?
Nick Lewis.
Nick Lewis, okay.
For sure, yeah. Nick Lewis is kind of like he's like a big brother to me. Like ever since I first came here, he kind of took me under, and definitely Mackie when Mackie was here. I still speak to him a little bit here and there, but yeah, definitely Nick Lewis.
Did he play last week?
At the minute,
Nick Lewis. He didn't play with you last week.
No, he didn't. No.
I thought that because I thought he was looking a bit short. Yeah, because you was ill as well, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good, man. Especially like with the last thing you want in this sort of coronavirus and everything like that. The last thing you want is extracurricular injuries, man, innit? I say that I say it all the time. Like when Whelan did his ankle, and you just think that's the last thing you need when you've got this thing knocking about that can put you out for 2 weeks constantly. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, have you had any games cancelled because of COVID? Because you guys seem to have dealt with it pretty well.
Yeah, we've actually been pretty good. We had one. We cancelled one game against Cheshire because they played against a team that just had it, so we cancelled it just to be on the safe side.
Yeah.
But that's it. We've only had one game missed. We've actually been pretty fortunate.
Yeah. Are your import guys all in the same house? Are they? Or Yeah,
so we got 3D American.
So you're well for that then. I know.
I was just
you're frozen then. I'm like,
I was trying to think who they was, but yeah, they are.
No, it's cool, man.
So on social media, me personally, I've seen a lot of teams kind of promoting the safety of the players, and they show the dressing room kind of atmosphere of how they get ready for a game. Can you talk us through how, from game to game? So let's say you have a game on Friday and a game on Sunday. What's the testing like? What's the kind of parameters like for a player? How do you deal with getting into a game?
So when we arrive at a game, we get we get tested at the door. This is for Sharks anyway. This is how we do it here at the arena.
Yeah.
We get everyone gets tested with a temperature thing written down. So we Sharks go straight down the corridor, whereas the guests go to the left and then right, and they go through the middle of the court as our change rooms are on the far side and ours are on their side. So it kind of just separates us from them. There's like a system, you know, there's like barriers that you've got to like follow around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, kind of same as yours, really. You know, like with the systems and stuff like that. But yeah, and then so we have our game gets done. They go out the same way, and then we go to practice again on Saturday if we've got another game.
Yeah,
and then you know the same kind of precautions again on Sunday, and then after the game on Sunday we get tested again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's quite regular.
I find it crazy. Like, you know, you're all going down different ways, but you're going to be grabbing each other in like 5 minutes.
On the court, yeah. Yeah, I know.
I mean, I know it's to stop things or whatever. I understand, you know, but it's just absolutely mental to, you know, to think like, because obviously I understand, you know, you got to take all the precautions and everything, but like for the players, at the end of the day, you know, you've been tested, and if you've not got it, there's no point in separating them, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I suppose it's just one of them things, isn't it?
What's it like barking orders from the bench wearing a mask? Is it? I mean, I think obviously you see the coaches give a little sneaky, like just to get an order out on the court and then back up. But like a big hype play happens, do you get like lightheaded because you're screaming too hard?
Sometimes I try not to shout too much. I'd rather clap. You know, I like to be my voice. But I don't. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I honestly think like so many coaches and players have got away with technicals because of these masks. I'm telling you.
Oh God, yeah.
It's like, ref, you muppet. What?
That's a good point. You know, I've never thought about that. The fact that you can just mutter something and the ref turns around like, "Who said that?" You're like, "I don't know."
Well, we had it the other week, didn't we? At Plymouth, everyone thought it was Danny Byrne who got the tee, didn't they? Oh, was it Plymouth? But it wasn't. It was like DJ. But everyone was like slating Danny, saying, "Why has he got a tee?" And Danny actually commented on it, saying, "No, I didn't get the tee."
I also think DJ and coach's voice are a little bit different.
Yeah. Oh God.
One's a hailing from Plymouth with that little farmer kind of twang, and one's a American. It's a bit of a difference.
Oh yeah. I know, man.
So going back to yourself, Johde, if you were put in a position of you had to, let's say hypothetically, you were like, right, you can be any height, any wingspan, any position, any kind of play style. What would it be? What's your like ideal? Let's go with like 2K build. What would you build yourself as like a 2K build?
All right, I'd be 6'4".
6'4".
I'd be a 6'4" scoring point guard.
Okay.
Wingspan describing me, yeah.
Wingspan would probably be like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what my 2K player is actually.
Is it?
I think it is.
Yeah.
What about
my guy's a 6'4" point guard, to be fair. I haven't played point guard since like year 6. As soon as I hit 6 foot, they're like, yeah, you can go straight to forward.
Play centre.
Yeah. And then you get anything over 6'3", 6'4", and they're like, "Oh, you're a big boy, aren't you?" Straight in the centres.
Oh, I'm gonna have to make sure that edits well, or else that can get taken out of context.
I'm not scared, me, mate.
Who would you say you've modelled your game off, mate?
Growing up, I'd definitely say Derrick Rose.
D-Rose.
Derrick Rose, you know, he was probably one of my. Not even properly. He was my favorite player growing up. You know, I had all of his shoes, had his jerseys, stuff like that. I used to watch all of his highlights. Yeah. He was definitely my favorite player. You know, he's definitely explosive, and I say I'm quite an explosive player as well in that sense. So yeah, definitely Derrick Rose. Yeah,
I think still to this day, you look back, whether it's his MVP season, whether it's his season at the Timberwolves or now at the Knicks, you still look at him going. Yeah, he's still a leader.
He's
still killing.
Yeah,
I still love that contract that he's got his mate until like 2030 or something. Have you seen that? He's like,
No.
his mate's got $100,000 a year contract or something with Adidas, just being his mate basically.
That's sick.
It's a life, isn't it?
2030. Yeah, because he signed that mega deal, didn't he? And then as soon as he signed it, he got injured. Obviously, he's still an icon anyway, but it's just the fact that he's got his mate this deal, man. It's crazy.
Man. Let's just before we go off camera later on and we argue about who's better, I'm going to ask Jordan this first and then yourself, Jode. 1-on-1, you two, what's the score?
This is why. So I think it's going to be a really good clash, mate. I really do. I mean, he'll probably beat me, but
what are we playing to?
We're playing to 11.
11.
11.
Okay. Ones and twos to 11.
Ones and twos.
See,
to
I'm
11.
going to say, I reckon you'll go like 3 up. I reckon you'll get a few quick shots, and then the thing is, I can't sag off. I can't do that. So it's like I'm going to have to. Just
Look at his face. Like, damn right you can't.
Yeah,
I know. I can't sag off. So I'm thinking I'm just going to have to go big on him, and I haven't played big for ages, man. So. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go big, bring out the Elijah one moves, and I reckon I'll nick it 11-8. I reckon.
Dipping and ducking round.
No way.
Yeah,
no
and then
way.
all of a sudden, Johde finds out there's a camera in there. That gets sent straight to Sheffield Sharks. Jode's career's over. I'm signed up.
No way.
I've got my friend £100 million contract thing with Adidas.
I got 11-7, me.
11-7.
11-7.
Yeah, I can step out as well, so I reckon you're going to struggle, mate.
Yeah.
Well, let's make a date. Let's run up a little pickup and we'll go at it, man. We'll go at it. Let's have a go.
You've done well with this, Jake. You know, because you've already
Sounds
set
good to me.
You already set me up with a dunk off with David Ulf, which I can. I've got 3 dunks, so hopefully all 3.
He's only got 2.
Yeah. Hopefully, because one of them is just a straight one-hander, mate. You know, I'm not.
Little rim graze.
Yeah, it's definitely not rim grazing, man. You've obviously not seen TikTok, have you? No. Yeah, so you set me right up here, Jake. Next, before I know it, mate, I'm gonna. We've got Sam Cassell on hopefully soon, haven't we? And he's gonna be setting me up against Sam Cassell Senior, man. Get your dad over here. Jordan said he could do him.
Get your dad over here. He's gonna have him. Oh man.
No, it'll be close. I reckon he'll just nick it though. I reckon he'll just it'll be like Mike Tucker against him, won't it? just 10 years younger.
To be fair, mate, I love the confidence you're radiating with. You're like, it's going to be close. I'm like, Jordan is an established Charnwood, Missouri State, BBL experienced player.
Listen, mate. I have every faith in myself. If you don't, mate, you're never going to do anything else. So.
I agree. No, I totally agree, mate. So, everyone's favourite part of the show. Predictions. Being our guest, Jode, we need a score prediction from you, and we need a rough players like doubles, points, rebounds, anything like that. But the points is the main one because we're playing for the loser to buy the other 2 wings. So if you get the points bang on in this game,
you've got it wrong this time now.
No, I got it right.
I did. No, it's the 2 losers buys the winner wings.
Who's won, right?
Yeah. So first of all, Joe, do you like wings?
I love wings.
Good answer. Good. Right, there you go. Right, I'll let our established guest go.
All right, I got a 16-point win for Sheffield.
16-point win. Okay.
What score though?
Yeah, I got.
He's got to do quick maths now. He said 16.
No, I'm gonna say 97-82.
Oh, that was rapid maths, that, by the way. Okay. I'm still counting that.
97-82. Okay. Any players shine for you?
Antoine's gonna
John
have
Campbell
20.
to go for 35.
Nah, Antoine's gonna have 20.
Yeah.
Jeremy's gonna have 20.
Oh.
Jordan's gonna have 13. And I'm gonna have 8.
He's gonna have 8. Okay.
If this comes in, mate, all I'm going to say is you're putting my lottery on this weekend. I'm telling you, because that is the most detailed one I've ever had. I like that.
that's like 60 points from those 4 players, including yourself.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. Mr. Frost, what are you having, mate?
I'm going.
Don't mention overtime, whatever you do. We've had enough overtime.
I know. I'm going to go 87-84 to us.
Ooh, okay.
It's going to be tough, but it's going to be a lot of scoring. Especially with big man Satch, our boy Satch coming in now. You need to be worried about that, George.
Yeah,
I'm telling you
he's
now.
tough.
Yeah, I've seen his game. He went crazy in his first game. I've seen that.
Oh, and he reckons he's only at 60%. Yeah. So I'm gonna go a 20-point double for Satch.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go. I think for some reason in my head, I don't know why, but I just think David Ulf's going to be massive in this game. I don't know why. I just think he's just coming to his own. I reckon Ulf's going to go for double. I'm going to say.
Yeah. He's got that matchup against Tuck. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to go Whelan to turn it round, 15 plus points. And I'm going to go Sam Cassell. 20 plus points.
Jeez. Okay.
Big game.
It's going to be a big game, this, boys. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know what it is. I just think, like, especially with Satch, I just think because he seems to be able, because of the way he plays, he seems to be able to just unlock defenses, and he gives the defense something else to worry about. Like you saw it against Worcester, where he brought Jordan Williams out, and there's their big guy out. Do you know what I mean? I know they have Michael Parks, but he's just a lump. You know, like Jordan Williams is the most athletic player they've got, and you've got, apart from obviously Mike Tuck, who's not athletic, but like hang on, you can help us out with this. How would you pronounce his name? Is it Cock or Cook?
Cook.
Right, Cook.
I'm
going to stick with Cock. No.
Yeah. Only when we're playing Sharks, we'll stick with Cock.
Yeah.
To be fair, I won't call him Big Cock.
Oh, love it, man.
Oh no! Imagine that walking in the gym, big cock, and the women's netball's just finishing. You're like, yeah, that's me.
That's me. I know it. Yeah.
Oh
man!
I just think Satch unlocks a completely different game. I just reckon he opens up the defense. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with, and I will sound pessimistic when I say this, I'm gonna go with Giants 78. Sheffield 72. Now that I'm not saying that anyone's going to step up the defense there. I'm saying there's going to be a lot of missed shots.
Yeah, that's a shout. There's going to be a lot of shots either way, I think.
Oh God, yeah. I reckon 78-72. Let's think about this. I reckon you're right. Antoine's going to go off for about 15 plus. I'm going to switch up the names. Satch. Don't cut me off. Satch is going for 5 threes this game.
It's mad because you can put a guy in his face and he just doesn't. He just still scores it. So I reckon he might even get more.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm gonna go. Now this is a bit of a curveball because he's picked up many of these in the season. I'm gonna go Mr. Donny Johnson to get 2 offensive charges on him.
What, as in they
offensively foul him. He takes the charge, yeah.
Yeah. He's a walking energizer, that guy.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Well,
who's that?
Donovan Johnson.
Oh, no.
He's wild. He is.
I heard that. He's what?
He's wild.
Yeah.
We've heard recently, obviously we played Worcester a few times, our good mate Ginge. I don't know if you played down there, but the announcer Ginge, he's our pal, and he's been telling us like some of the stuff that comes out of DJ's mouth is crazy, man. Like his whole game's just nuts. It's just playing on the back. Like, it's just there to wind everybody up. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And it helps that he's pretty decent as well. It reminds me of like Sunday League football when you've got that skinhead who you bring on just to break someone's legs.
Yeah.
Snap his boots.
He's like that, but in basketball, like
Yeah,
disrupts
he
the
is.
whole sort of thing.
He actually is. He's crazy, man.
Oh man. Well, that has been, mate.
Yeah.
And go on, mate. Sorry, go on. I'll cut you off there.
No, I was just gonna touch on, obviously, obviously, you know, you're going out with my cousin Erin and everything like that. How does that how does that for you? Like, because obviously she's doing fantastic as well. And probably put it out there that she might beat you shooting. Just putting it out there.
She hasn't yet. Not yet.
That's when it gets. Yeah, that's when it tops out. That doesn't it? But yeah, no. Like, you know, how is it? Like, obviously, because you know, she's playing obviously WBBL / D1, and you're just playing in BBL, and obviously the games seem to be on, you know, the same days. How does that sort of like, do you see each other through the week and everything? Because obviously the training schedules are mental, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, well, what we've been doing recently is a lot of our games have been getting cancelled. You know, I feel like the WBBL games, I don't know why, but I feel like there's a lot more cancellations than there has been in the BBL.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a couple of the games she's not been playing, and so she's kind of just came up here, or I'll go down there because usually we have Mondays off. So like after the game on Sunday, I'll go down there or something like that and come back for Tuesday.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not been as bad as I thought it would have been. To be fair.
Are you living in Sheffield? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, fair.
You know, it's only down the road. It's like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Not far at all.
No, that's good, man. You know, we're obviously really proud of her in our family. You know, I obviously still am the best basketball player in the family, of course.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just obviously. You know, I've actually had Taylor on at me as well.
Have you?
Taylor's been messaging me saying, "You got to get me into the team, man. You got to get me into the team." I'm just like, listen, you got to work hard, man. You got to work hard.
Yeah, he told me he was going to come down to Sheffield and take someone's spot as well. Told me he was going to come just jump on the team like that.
Yeah, he will. You know what, mate? And I said this before, Taylor is a massive waste of talent, mate. You know, there's been, you know, we've been a bit unfortunate. Erin's the first one to kind of get through. We've been a bit unfortunate. I got injured when I was at Magic. You know, Taylor, you know, just kind of Magic let him go and he just, you know, eased off. We've been a bit unfortunate, but he's been saying to me, he's been saying, right, get me on team side, you know, and because we're hopefully going National League next season. He's like, get me down, I'll be there. Of course, I'll be starting. And I was like, no, you won't, mate. I'm telling you now. Like, we got some good players, mate. We got some good players. I'm like, you got to work hard, man. But yeah, no, that's good, that, man. And, you know, I'm dead pleased that, you know, everything's come together like with Erin and we get to talk to each other and everything. So that's good, man.
Do you know what is really nice to hear about that Taylor's not lost that confidence from the Copley days? He just
That's my uncle, like, that's Jason. That big shout out to my uncle Jason, and that's him in that, mate. Obviously, Johde will know. He's like the most confident guy ever, like, you know. And yeah, that's Jason Ryan. But if he works hard, like I said, he's a given, man. Because the guy has got some good. You know Jake from seeing him play. Yeah. He can see things that, you know, he's got that special talent as a point guard where he sees things happen before.
Yeah, he's got some good vision.
Yeah, and like, because he came down training recently with us, and all just before coronavirus, like, and we're at a really good level. And I said, you just need to get your fitness up and your sound, mate. Your sound, and he kind of just teed off. Jobs changed and stuff like that. So yeah, but hey ho, we'll see how it goes. Get some big pickups. I'm going to get some Giants players down in the summer. Yeah, man. Joe's going to go up against them, and Jake, and we're all going to have a big massive one. And
yeah, man,
wings all around, man.
Wings all round.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to that.
But Johde, it's been an absolute pleasure. Stay on off after I finish this recording. We'll have a little chat, man. But thank you very much for your time, bro. It's been really, really nice to talk to you. And from there,
I hope you have a stinker this weekend.
Yep, have a good one. Take it easy, man. Thank you very much for listeners to tuning into this one. It's been a pleasure, as always. Get tuned into the BBL Player on Friday. We're playing Sheffield. It's going to be a great game. And thank you very much for listening. Take it easy.